Hi again everyone, I hope you're all having a great day. Well, another week has gone by, so I thought it was time to do another update on what has been happening with Vinco Ventures, ticker symbol BBIG. I want to have a look at the short squeeze, plus I want to share some thoughts about what I think might be happening with the stock as we approach the important shareholder meeting in 10 days time on the 14th of October. I want to keep it brief, so let's get straight into it. So in terms of how the stock went last week, in true meme stock fashion, it had a powerful rally on the Monday, pushing up towards the $8 mark, and added some pressure on the newly caught short positions. Unfortunately, however, the volume in that rally couldn't be maintained, and we did see a slide throughout the rest of the week. The stock did rally one more time on Thursday, very briefly, likely on the back of improved prospects for cryptocurrencies following the asset class's wide sell-off earlier. Still, however, much of the gains from that rally were given back through Friday. So the stock seemed to finish the week roughly around the same mark that it started it at. However, I think that stock slide through on Wednesday was enough to unlock the new short positions we were hoping to catch out in this trade, leaving our distressed short positions looking a little more like this. Basically, all of the short positions under pressure at the moment stem back from about a month ago and beyond. So this nucleus is what gives me some hope that there still could be a bit of a short squeeze. But as the October 14th meeting approaches, I think that window is fast shrinking as the market tries to comprehend the complex set of mergers, spin-offs and acquisitions that will be executed following the likely positive vote to come from that day. In terms of trading patterns for the stock and technical direction, the stock is likely to move in when it opens on Monday. I think an upward movement could occur despite the RSI being relatively neutral. However, what I'm seeing that I quite like is that the trading has been following a sort of regular bouncing pattern throughout the Bollinger Bands, and it looks like it could be indeed ready to move up. Also, trade in Asia and Europe seem to have started the week, at least at this stage when I'm recording this, with some positive momentum, which will hopefully flow into the New York session. Though, like all of the contents in this video and all my videos, this is a whole lot of speculation on my part. Another pleasing sign for Vinco Ventures stock is that Bitcoin has held its value throughout the weekend. Now that Vinco Ventures' spin-off asset of Cryptyde is starting to get more attention, the fate of cryptocurrencies could be intertwined with BBIG stock, at least up until the 14th of October. Onto the short starter, there were some interesting developments. BBIG dropped another place in the short squeeze candidate list to 4th. This was despite increases to the overall short volume, borrow fee and float being shorted. I think what we have seen is more people jumping on the shorts trade this week in the face of negative movements in the markets, as well as the degree of perceived uncertainty that faces shareholders following the complex moves that are likely to occur following the October 14th meeting. So why have the short positions been continuing to go up despite the falling stock price? Is this the end of the BBIG short squeeze rally? There is entirely the possibility that the interest in trying to make the stock rally has come and gone. BBIG had its elevated trading interest occur in September, a month that just has coincidentally averaged out to be the worst performing month throughout the stock market's history. And this sort of curse has been seen to a degree with the ongoing lack of surety around the Evergrande Group and the wider impacts this could have on the world markets, but also the slowing and mixed economic data that is starting to come out of the US. Short sellers see BBIG as a good trading opportunity. It's a stock that has had a sharp rally and is facing fading interest. And then you factor in the macro conditions, which have only been helping to make this a more attractive short trade. However, macro trends and fable curses aside, I think there is a degree of unsurety of the spin-off impacts from the October 14th meeting. I did do a more detailed analysis on what would happen to the stock post the deal in another video, which I will link in the video description if you're interested. But what I kind of concluded is that BBIG's net asset value or tangible book value per share is going to improve quite significantly following this meeting. Currently, the stock has a negative book value. Its net asset value is minus 80 cents per share. After the meeting, it's going to be approximately worth $2.16 per share, much of which the company is actually going to be holding in cash reserves when all the warrants change hands. Although when I was calculating this vast improvement to the share, this was not taking into account the effect the Cryptyde stock dividend will have, as nobody really knows what assets and the values of those assets are going to be going into this stock dividend at this point. So this would have a sort of weighted impact on the stock value as well, although stockholders are holding those assets too. So it's no real difference to BBIG stock until after the dividend is distributed. Anyway, it's actually for this reason, the huge improvement in the tangible book value, that I'm not too concerned about holding the stock beyond the meeting, as the assets behind the stock are actually going to be a lot higher, which could mean the current $6.14 per share price is a real bargain. It's also for this reason that I think if the stock value can stay at this current level up until and possibly just after the meeting, there will still be a possibility of a renewed short squeeze with the much more valuable stock. You have to keep in mind all the new shares that will be released are going to be held by insiders and institutions. So it's not alleviating pressure on the shorts to cover. In fact, it actually could be potentially setting a bit more of a trap for them, as there's suddenly more shares that could be shorted, yet only the same amount are available for covering. But anyway, a lot can happen between now and then. We will just have to see how it all pans out. Anyway, how are you guys feeling about Vinco Ventures at the moment? Are you still holding? Do you think the current market push for the short squeeze has gone? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, everyone, may the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.